Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. You know what? Let's start off with Curtis for a minute because it's a glaring problem. It's been a problem for quite a while. Ever since he really started, with this whole flirtatious thing with Portia. And it's became so painfully obvious in this episode. He's talking to Portia, and they're talking about the kiss. He's like, oh, well, ever since that kiss, you'd been, like, really distant and stuff. And, Portia was like, well, you aren't really done with your marriage. You said that. Like, I thought we've, like, been through this conversation. The problem that I'm having with Curtis is that, the first time they wound up kissing, he backed off. Because he felt like he wasn't ready. And he kind of even said that in some sort of weird, like, back and forth, giving, mixed signals kind of way. So, him saying that, even the first time that they kissed, he was like, well, what if it's not over? I mean, what if there's more? And I'm just like, bro, I feel like the same thing he's doing with Portia is very similar to how he was in there handling the whole Jordan divorce thing. Or, when he was at that point of getting to the point of divorce. Just make up your damn mind. Make up your mind. Tell this person how you feel. Tell her what you want or what you don't want. And just move forward. I don't understand that. He hasn't exactly been, divorced that long. But he feels that he wants to move on, but he doesn't know if he wants to move on. He doesn't know if it's the right time. It's like, bro, seriously? So you're going to sit there and what? Be giving mixed signals to her, playing with her heart, doing all this back and forth BS? Like, what are you doing? It was so annoying to sit there and watch, and to be honest, I was so glad when Portia was like, oh, well, we're kind of over it or whatever. Like, she kind of, she kind of like made sure she exits her way out that conversation and saw Jordan and Tiger talking and start talking to them. Because it was like, bro, what do you want? You basically saying, well, what if it's not over? What if there's more? And then towards the end of the night, I think he's talking to Nina, and he's like, somebody pushed her away from me. And I'm like, does it matter? Like, I hate to sit there and say, yeah, I mean, it sucks because somebody else is sitting there playing with your life like you're not a grown-ass adult and you can't make up your own mind, your own decisions. But at the same time, well, I mean, even as me sitting there saying, I was like, well, can you make up your own mind? Because you've been doing this back and forth thing with her for a while, and now you're like double talking. Like, well, what if it's more than that? I'm like, so do you want to be with her, or do you feel like it's too soon? Because that's where this conversation is just like, but yeah, he realized that towards the end of the night, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't really understand how he got to that conclusion, but yeah. So Britt went to go see what was his name? Brad. Britt went to go see Brad, and listen, I've talked before about how, well, to be honest, I really don't like Brad. With that being said, even though I really do not like him, their friendship is pretty cool to sit there and watch, because let's be honest, Britt doesn't really have, any friends. So the fact that, like, her and Brad are so close, and actually, now that I think about it, I don't think that Brad actually has any friends either. So the fact that they're so close is kind of a good thing, So she goes there pretty much to kind of, have somebody to talk to and not cry on the shoulder or anything like that, but kind of, catch them up on everything that's going on. Side note, does anyone actually watch Grey's Anatomy? I'm curious about it. My show back in the day was ER, and I still love that show with a passion. But, since they brung up Grey's Anatomy and everything like that, I was just kind of wondering if anyone watches it. But yeah, they talk about Jason and stuff like that, and, 1 minute she was with him, and the next minute she wasn't, and just kind of just, talking about her heartbreak. Which brings me to something that somebody in the comment section was what they're talking about. For me personally, I don't really, I've said that I don't really care about like, ships and who's going out with who or whatever. But for the fans that was really, happy to sit there and see Britt with Jason, hell, it was even on their Instagram at one point in time as far as like them shipping them together. The fact that they did all that, got the fans all excited, and then out of nowhere, oh yeah, Jason got to get married to Carly for the business. Like, what? What was the it was like, almost like, what was the point of that? What was the point of that? I just... I feel like that was just so much of a waste, especially, again, for the people who really want to see them together and see how they worked and stuff like that. And I thought it was kind of cool, a lot of their scenes and stuff like that, the way they bounced off each other and stuff. But, clearly, it was not in the cards. And I don't know if I said this yesterday, I know I said this before while I was not there, giving a lot of crap, a lot of heat towards Maurice for, him pushing for this Nixon Floor storyline, which in a lot of ways got, a lot of other stuff kind of pushed back and my thoughts just kind of messed up. But, I mean, to be honest, yeah, Maurice pushed for it, but at the end of the day, the producers, the writers decided to go along with it. So, to be honest, this storyline kind of sucks in a lot of ways because of everyone that was involved. I know before it's not they're giving the writers a pass, and, well, let's be honest, they really didn't actually have to cave to Maurice if, they didn't feel like they were afraid that they were going to lose their ratings, golden goose or whatever. But I mean, to be honest, I kind of look at it this way, because we haven't seen Maurice in about like a week or 2 weeks. Somebody was saying he was doing a movie and stuff like that, but to be honest, here's the thing. Jason and Sonny, are among my favorite characters. Sonny is among my favorite characters. I was cool watching this show without him. And this is coming from a fan of Sonny. I was good watching it without him. So, if they're so worried and so afraid that, people aren't going to sit there and watch it anymore because of, Sonny, there are a lot of people that are still watching it, regardless if Sonny is there or not. Jax was there talking to Nina for a little bit. I guess they got to sit there and pair him up with somebody, because they can't pair him up with Carly, because Carly and Jason got to be a thing, so they got to sit there and pair him up with someone. So, well, I guess they're gonna probably wind up pairing him up with Britt. So that's cool, I guess. Because he's still trying to get with Nina. He's all like trying to talk to her and talking about, oh, I miss you and I can't wait to have you come back, and like, putting his arm on her shoulder and everything like that, and she's just kind of like, nah, I'm good. Like, she's still kind of rejecting him, and I'm just like, dude, seriously? This guy can sit there and get Brenda. Why the hell are you trying to go so hard to get this? Okay, sure. Anyway, whatever he was trying to do, whatever his charms was, it wasn't working on Nina, and she kind of just, left. And here's another little scene that I was just like, what am I watching? And this was Jocelyn and Cameron. So there's one point where they're talking, and out of the blue, Jocelyn's like, oh, you could just read it in my journal or whatever, because Nina gave Jocelyn a journal. And then just out of nowhere, she just gets this attitude at him, talking about, oh, well, you can sit there and read it in my journal, and just kind of just walks off. Like, I was like, whoa. I thought y'all were good. where did that come from? Like, that mood swing just came out of nowhere. So she storms off, and he runs after her, which I'm just like, bro, listen, I know that a lot of people don't like Jocelyn. There's some people that do like Jocelyn. I kind of pick my moments with her. But in that moment, I was like, bro, why the hell are you walking after her? Like, she literally just got mad at you out of nowhere. That means anytime, at the dime of a, at a switch, she just flips out on you and decides, oh, well, she doesn't want to be your friend anymore. Oh, she doesn't want to be your friend. She doesn't want to be your friend. And that's literally how it was. She storms off. He runs after her. They talk about the journal. And by the way, this whole journal dev thing was like about a year ago. So the fact that they're bringing it up, I was like, vaguely remember that. I mean, I remember watching it, but I was like, damn, we're just getting to this point now? Anyway, Cam was like, oh, you said I was a bad kisser, and I was sloppy, and I was clumsy, and then out of nowhere, she kisses him. And I'm just like, okay. Alright, I guess we're doing this. So apparently now they're going to be a thing because, well, you know what, at this point, I'm going to be honest, it's better that they're a couple than they are friends, because watching them as friends, watching her constantly just like snap at him, and watching him just be constantly like kind of stupid and kind of a dick at times and not listening to anyone, it's better that they're together than they're friends, because to be honest, they were actually kind of both of a headache. So again, I don't really care about the coupling thing, but just as far as watching them as characters, I think that they're going to be a lot less annoying. So that's cool. It works for me. Now hold on. So this is something that Jessica said yesterday, and it's so weird because I was just like, why did I not think of that? But thanks. That's why I always sit there and say, that's why I always, always ask people to sit there and write in the comment section, because I do always read the comments and stuff. And this was about Trina. So, this is what she said. She was like, why is she just walking around in the dark? Like, Ava isn't there. So why would you just like not leave and text Ava and be like, hey, where are you? Just so you know, you don't have to come to the party if you're kind of down or whatever. Instead, this chick is there walking around in the dark with, then she bumps into Nicholas, and so she sprays Nicholas with, pepper spray and stuff. And so Nicholas, his eyes is burning and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, watching that scene made my eyes water a little bit. But, I was sitting there thinking about that yesterday when I was sitting there reading. I was like, yo, why is this chick just walking around and she's not there? And she's clearly not there because the lights are off. You're just going to sit there and just take a stroll around there anyway. Like, what? Will she sleep? Like, come on. Anyway, she runs into Nicholas. She sprays him. And, then she's all, like, apologetic. They want to call in Laura and Kevin. They take him to the hospital. And, once again, Nick just acts like a selfish dick. Here's the thing. I'm not really a negative person, and I don't like to call people names just for the hell of it, but it's the material that they're giving me, and this is just what I have to work with. So, until Nicholas stopped being a selfish dick, that's just what I'm going to call him. And by that, I mean the fact that when Kevin was there talking to Nicholas and Laura and stuff like that, Nicholas was like, oh yeah, there's a stalker, and I want to sit there and make sure we're not playing into his games, and yada yada yada. And Laura's like, yo, listen, you got to give her space. She's worried about her child. Like, this isn't a permanent fix. Like, this is temporary. Like, can't you respect her, her space for like 5 minutes? Like, give it a bit of time instead of you trying to catch this person yourself and possibly getting hurt or killed or someone else. Like, maybe you should think about that. But of course, it's like, it was going in one ear and out the other. And this has nothing to do with the fact that he got pepper sprayed. this is just how he generally is. So, but with that being said, when Trina leaves, well, they leave first, and I guess Trina's going to leave afterwards. So Trina leaves, but then she comes back because she forgot her phone. I'm like, okay, fine. She comes back, and I guess she must hear something. And she turns around, and it's the stalker, a.k.a. probably Spencer. I'm like 99% sure it's Spencer. So, you know, Spencer, the stalker, I'm going to call it stalker, because if I call it Spencer, and he's not Spencer, then I just don't feel like giving another apology. Anyway, Trina's like, you know, at first Trina tries to spray him, which, of course, she emptied the can like she said she did. And so she's like, you know, please don't hurt me, yada, yada, yada. Oh, that's what tipped her off. So when she came back into the room, I guess he panicked and he dropped something, and that's when she picked it up. But she's, you know, she's trying to negotiate with him, like, hey, don't hurt me, yada, yada, yada. And she throws something at him. She throws something at him, and then the stalker looks up, and later on in the scene, it's like, I don't know, like pig's blood or something, because when Trina comes to the door, you know, Portia's like horrified, and, you know, it's just like pig's blood or whatever, but like, you know, it's the trap that he set. But what else was in the trap, though? I mean, you were just gonna, what? You're just gonna get blood, like pig's blood on him, like paint on him? Like, what was your trap? Okay, whatever. And Michael, last scene, I think, Michael just pretty much tells Carly and Jason that, yo, listen, you may got them fooled, but I know it's more than just the fact that you guys are good friends. And so, of course, you know, you're talking about the Novaks, the trouble and everything like that, and, you know, they explain pretty much like, yo, listen, this is going to give us stability, and it's going to let the other families know that we are in power. And, you know what, here's the thing. I understand from a story point of why they're doing what they're doing. Like, I get it, you know. And it has, you know, I know somebody was saying, you know, it's about like, why can't the other families now see that Carly's in charge and stuff like that? And I guess it was just, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, some of this is just kind of stupid, and you just kind of got to go with it. And I do understand what people are talking about in the comment section, but, you know, for whatever odd reason, they're just like, nope, we got to do it. It's for the safety of our family, and Sonny would want it, this, that, and the third. And of course, they're like, oh, we miss Sonny. I'm just like, okay. Yeah, we're still doing this whole missing Sonny thing. But with that being said, you know, Michael practically more or less gives them their blessing. He walks off. And, but before he leaves, he's like, yo, listen, if Jax has any problems, let me know, because he owes me. Oh, what are you doing? Why are you sitting there telling her that he owes him? Why would you do that for? She was already curious about why. She was already curious about why, you know, you decided to let Nina see Wiley in the first place, but whatever. With that being said, Carly's like, yeah, I'm like 90% sure that Jax is there blackmailing Michael into, you know, Nina seeing Wiley. So she kind of knows, but, you know, Jason's like, are you going to sit there and really kind of pick a fight right now? And she's like, nope, let's just focus on the marriage and the wedding and all the judgmental comments that we're going to sit there and get moving forward. Now, there were some other people in this episode, but to be honest, I felt like they didn't really do that much. Like, you had Ava there, and she was sitting there just questioning Jordan, like, you know, what are you going to do about protecting me, you know, this stalker and stuff like that, yada, yada, yada. Just kind of like, you know, on one sense, asking, what are you going to do to sit there and catch this person? On the other sense, oh, does she look like she's in uniform right now? Does she look like she's getting ready to go to a party? Why are you sitting there like, I get it, for your safety, for your daughter's safety and everything like that, but this is something that, I don't know, maybe she didn't talk to her when she's in the office. Like, I don't know. Personally, maybe I kind of got a little irked by that, because I know what it's like when you're working and you're on break or whatever, and somebody like walks up to you and be like, oh, can you help me find this? Can you help me do that? It's like, no. Kick rocks. Like, no. Go away. So I get it. And to be honest, I think Taggart saw it too because he walked over and tried to save her from the whole conversation, but it didn't really go anywhere. And all Jordan said was like, yo, listen, come by tomorrow and we'll talk about it. As in, like, this is my night off, get the hell away from me. And, Taggart didn't really sit there and, to be honest, do too much of anything. I mean, he was just there and talking about Trina and everything like that, but other than that, you didn't really do anything. Like, I think because of the fact that it was, like, a party and a gathering, like, even yesterday, like, when Bobby was there, it was like, alright, yeah, she was there, but did she really do anything? Like, did she, like, really serve a huge purpose? Like, a huge purpose of just being there? No, she was just there to be there. So, it was sort of the same thing with, like, Ava and Jordan to some extent. Like, she didn't really do that much of anything. And Taggart didn't either. So, yeah. And before the end of the night, they was at the bar together, Britt and Jax. Because Jax, he was disappointed that he couldn't be with Nina for some odd reason. I'm sitting there thinking, like, bro, you really dodged a bullet there, but, I guess he's not really trying to do the whole high standards anymore or anything. I don't know. I just feel like, how do you go from Carly, Brenda, to Nina? And, like, this version of Nina, listen, I don't think that this woman is ugly. I don't think that she's really, well, she's not my type. But I don't think that she's ugly. I'm just like, bro, you could do a little bit better than Nina. That's all I'm sitting there saying. Like, he always sits there and tries to compliment her. Oh, she's strong, she's smart, and she's brave. And I'm like, yeah, bro, but she's also a dingbag and just kind of really annoying. Just, stupid, but whatever. Anyway, I have a feeling like Jax and Britt are going to hook up because, to be honest, Jax, got rejected by Nina for probably the last time, and, well, Maurice, Bernard, the writers, the producers, and everyone else kind of screwed over a lot of fans of the whole Jason and Britt thing. So, with that being said, screw it. That's what I think anyway. But, yes, with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank everyone for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Hope everyone actually has a great weekend. I was like, damn, I forgot it's Friday. Oh, random question. Does anyone actually, and I know it's kind of a stupid question, sort of, but does anyone actually watch any of the, Lifetime movies? I'm only saying that because I saw, like, a preview of one of the movies, and I was like, yo, this movie isn't really that bad. I don't know, maybe in the 90s I felt like Lifetime had, like, a really bad rap of just making really crappy movies, but I don't know. Just a random question just off the top of my head. Does anyone actually watch any, Lifetime movies? Also, Cameron Madison is going to be coming to Port Charles soon, and I'm going to be honest, I'm actually really excited about that. I know a lot of people sitting there saying that he's going to be, the new Drew and everything like that. I don't know why they can't get back the old Drew. But then again, I don't know, like, the falling out between, Billy and GH. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So, I don't know, was it, like, his decision to leave, their decision to kick him off, or whatever. All I know is that Cameron Madison is coming on because, well, I saw it on his Instagram, and he looks excited, and I am excited for it. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can sit there and think of. I was sitting there thinking about that at work, so I was like, I haven't really seen, Cyrus's brother. So I don't know if he's going to be sticking around, or, like, they're going to give him something else to do. I mean, I guess we'll just wait and see. But yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, they technically would actually almost have, like, 3, people from All My Children. Except for Hayden, because for some odd reason they decide to just act like that story is, they're just not going to solve that story. They're not going to solve that story. They're not going to solve the Claudette story. They're not going to solve the, the hell is her name? Holly story. Those stories are just, and then the whole Drew story. It's, God. Anyway, enough of me rambling. Be safe, everyone. Hope everyone has a great weekend, has a great 4th of July. See you in the next video.